Do you freeze up on camera because you don't know what to say? Or maybe you do know what to say, but when you start filming, it all comes out jumbled and you end up doing like 47 million takes. Well, guess what? You don't need to wing it and you don't need to memorize it. You just need a script, but not the kind that makes you sound robotic. Hey, I'm Dee Dee, and today I'm showing you exactly how to write a YouTube script, and I'll give you a structure that keeps you on track. It'll build your confidence and it will still sound like you. But before we jump in, I've got a free YouTube script template linked below that goes along with what I'm going to teach you today. You can grab it now or after you watch the video. So the first question is, do you even need a script? Well, you need something, but it doesn't have to be word for word. Here's your three options. Option one is a full script where every word is written out. You read it off a teleprompter, or maybe you memorize sections of it. This is good for beginners who freeze on camera, or maybe you ramble a little bit, or maybe like this, a complex tutorial. Like if I'm teaching something kind of heavy duty, I need more exact wording so it doesn't come out confusing. Option two would be bullet points. These are main points that you write down, but you can still riff on the details. This is good for people who are comfortable talking, maybe storytelling, or more experienced creators. Number three is completely off the cuff. This is no script. You just hit record, and it's good for vlogs, reaction videos, very experienced creators, or people that have that just God-given talent that can open up their mouth and everything that comes out is amazing. It's all nice and orderly and understandable in a humorous or amazing kind of way. That's not me. For most of us, starting out, a full script or detailed bullet points is really the way to go. Because a script, it keeps you on track. It keeps you from rambling. It gives you confidence. You know what's coming up next. It helps you stay concise because YouTube likes very tight videos. It makes editing a lot easier. There's a lot less footage that you have to cut through. And you're not being fake here, you're just being clear. And here's the secret. Nobody knows if you're reading or not. Well, unless you're doing this, or even just your eyes moving. So the first thing we gotta do is make sure you're not boring. And you do that with a simple script structure. Most every YouTube video needs a same basic structure. And once you know this, it becomes so much easier to script. Before we go any further, I want you to know that this video you're watching right now actually follows the same structure I'm gonna teach you. You'll see me do a hook, a quick intro, then I'm gonna move through my main teaching points, I'll do a short recap, and then I'll wrap it all up with a call to action. Once you start noticing that rhythm, you'll start seeing it in other people's videos too. And you'll realize that every great video has some kind of script structure, and yours can too. So here's the structure. The first part, that's your hook. This is the first 30 seconds, and this is the most important. This determines whether or not people are gonna stay on your video and watch it longer. This needs to state their problem that they have, promise the solution that you're gonna give them, and create curiosity so that they keep watching. And here's an example. Do you freeze up on camera? Well, today I'm showing you how to script your videos so you never blank out again. Or another example. Does your pound cake fall flat every time you bake one? Well, today I'm going to show you how to get that beautifully risen pound cake with a golden crackly top every single time. That's it. It's simple. Don't overthink it. State the problem, promise the solution, and create the curiosity. All right, part number two is your quick context. This is 30 seconds to a minute long. This is where you introduce yourself. Briefly explain why this topic matters so that you can bridge that main content. For an example, hey, I'm Dee Dee, and when I first started baking, my pound cakes fell every time. Then I tried this one thing that my mama taught me, and it changed my cakes forever. These are short, to the point, and move on. Don't ramble here and talk about things that you're gonna talk about further down in your video. People will get confused. This is also a good spot to naturally mention any free resources or guides you have. Something that adds value without interrupting your flow. Now, part three, this is your main value. This is most of your video. This is where you deliver on what you promised, and you need to break it into 3 to 5 main points. So like for a video about organizing your pantry, point number one, maybe empty everything out. Point number two, group items by category. Point number three, add bins and labels. Point number four, keep your most used items at eye level, and so forth and so on. And each point gets, maybe a minute, 2 minutes to explain what you're talking about. Explain it, give examples, move on. See how that works? You take your topic and you break it into bite-sized pieces. Teach each one quickly and keep moving. Part number four is your quick recap. you're going to summarize what you just taught. For example, so to recap, empty the pantry, group your items by category, add bins and labels, and keep the most used items at eye level. That's it. Really quick. Bam, bam, bam. And then part 5 is your call to action. Tell them what you want to do next. This can be whatever you like. Subscribe or comment. Click the link in the description. Like, if this helped, I have a free organizational guide in the description below. And thanks for watching. That's your structure. It's your hook, your context, your value, your recap, and your CTA. Use this for every video. It really works. Okay, so now let's talk about how to actually write the script so that you don't sound like you're reading a term paper. And here are my 5 rules. Write like you talk, not like how you write. When you're writing, you might say, it is important to utilize proper lighting techniques. But when you're talking, you'd say something like, you need good lighting, and here's how to do it. You see the difference? Also, don't use college-level language and hard words. Keep it in everyday talk. Write the script the way you would explain to your friend when you're having coffee. Use contractions like or don't or your. Use casual words like so or here's the thing. And use short sentences and maybe questions that your audience can answer. Rule number 2 would be to read it out loud as you write it. This is a big one. As you write each sentence, say it out loud. And if it feels awkward when you say it, rewrite it. If you stumble over a word, just change it. Add pauses for effect. And your script should sound good, not just read good. Rule number 3 is to film in segments, not one long take. And what I mean by that is I will turn my camera on record and I will record the whole thing in one take, but it actually takes me many takes. So what I do is I'll film a couple of sentences, and if I don't like the way that sounded, I'll just stop, give it a second, and go back and say it again. I don't cut the camera off and on each time. I just keep it going. It's so much easier to edit that out that way than having a whole bunch of clips in your timeline. So you don't have to film the whole script in one perfect take. Film a section, pause, film the next section. This takes the pressure off. If you mess up, just stop, take a breath, and start that sentence again. You can edit out the mistakes. Use a teleprompter or bullet points, not memorization. Don't memorize your script word for word and try to recite it. That's when you'll sound like a robot. Instead, use a teleprompter app on your phone or your computer. Read it naturally, like you're having a conversation. I use the Elgato teleprompter for my computer, but there are many apps out there for your phone. I have the one that's called Teleprompter app. It's that simple, but that you have to use the front camera on your phone to be able to use that app. Somebody needs to come up with a gadget that attaches to the back of your phone that's a teleprompter. They would make millions. Option B, write bullet points for each section and riff. You know what you want to say, you just don't have every word written out. Both of them work, so try both and see what feels better. So rule number 5 is to practice the first take, then relax. Your first take will feel stiff. That's normal. You may be a little out of practice. But film it, watch it back, and then film it again. But this time, just loosen up. Have fun with it. Smile some more. Use your hands. Let yourself mess up. Laugh with it. And don't stare at the camera. Look away occasionally, because in a normal conversation, you're not always making direct eye contact with the person you're talking to. That would be weird. So give yourself permission to mess up. A script is a guide. It's not a straitjacket. Your second or third take always sounds more natural. So now once you practice these 5 rules, scripting starts to feel second nature. And for me, I have a notebook, I write lots and lots of notes, and a lot of times I will write it completely out. And then, of course, I have to do double work here. I put it in a Google Doc. And then once I'm done with that, I will take that Google Doc and I'll move it over to ChatGPT and I'll say, hey, I need you to tighten up this script and put it in my framework. Put the parts together that need to be together to make it concise where people can understand it. Then I copy that, I move it back to Google, and then I go back through that and make it sound more like me and exactly what I want to say. Now, I don't read this script word for word from my teleprompter. It's more like just there in case I need it. And you'll get better with this. This takes practice. Usually my scripts take 30 to 45 minutes. Sometimes they can take a little bit longer because I really like to put a lot of thought into it and make sure I'm delivering value. Filming takes another 20-30 minutes. And honestly, the more you do it, really the faster it gets. And if you'd like me to do a video on how I use AI, just drop me a comment down below. Okay, so here's your recap. Do you need a script? Yes. Full script or bullet points, that's going to be your choice. The structure is your hook, your context, your value, your recap, and your call to action. And how to sound natural. Write like you talk. Read it out loud as you write. Film in segments. Use a teleprompter or bullet points. Practice and loosen up. And that's it. Scripting doesn't have to be complicated. It just has to help you feel confident and clear. Now go write your first script. And if you want a free template to follow, I've linked one in the description. And I really appreciate y'all watching. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.